going on, guys? Eric Norris here. Just wanted to give you guys an update on the process of me going up to Liberty, Kentucky and visiting Titus and help building the church and how things are going up there. It's been a lot of fun, and I've been going every weekend. I plan on going up this weekend. It's been really nice. This weekend I went up Saturday afternoon, and I got there just in time. They were doing a baptism, so that was cool. I was there for that. And then we took the horses, rode us in this big wagon to the waterfall, and we celebrated Sabbath on Saturday. And that was a lot of fun. And it's just such a great experience being out there because it's giving me that opportunity to get used to living off the grid, because at Titus's place, he has, as far as I know, no running water. I mean, he's got water for a shower, but the sinks are not connected in the house, and no electricity that I've seen. So it's a really good exercise for anyone who's wanting to experience living off the grid without having to dive in by like spending a bunch of money on buying land and seeing if it's going to work for them. This is one of those situations where you could just go up there, help Titus out, help build that church, and get familiarized with what it would be like having those survival skills, living off the land, and some homesteading stuff as well, and farming. And so while I was up there, one of the things I got to do was build the trailway in the back part of his property. And so that's going to be basically like a sanctuary for when people show up, come to the church there, they can walk onto the property and take this nice little trail where it leads up to the hilltop, and it just gives you an opportunity to be with nature and pray, and you know, just a beautiful thing. This is my little warning for people that walk through the trail, so they know that the barbed wire is there, because I almost got clotheslined. All right, so this is the trail I've been working on since I've been at Titus's this weekend. We woke up about 6 a.m. and then did a few things, and then came over here and I started on this trail, and it's coming along. It's got this beautiful view of Titus's property, and I got all the way up to about here, and then we got a switch back right here that's going to be refined a little bit better. Another volunteer was working on, but it's coming along and looking really good. Look at that view. Beautiful. There's our camp back there. Happy Sunday. I had a really good weekend. It was super fun. The hardest part about it is it gets a little cold at night, and so when you're camping out, Titus was super nice, and he said you can crash out, on the couch or whatever, and I was like, and I just don't want to be a burden, so I was like, I appreciate that. I'm just going to try roughing it in the truck and see how it goes. Boy, 30 minutes into that, I knew that was a bad decision, because there's just no way to get comfortable in a Ford Maverick. So anyway, it was funny. So the next morning, I was like kind of waking up. It was like probably 6 in the morning, and I hear Titus going, "Let me go see if he's awake." And he walks up to the door. Knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, Eric, are you awake?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorta." So he opens up the door and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? We're gonna, work on things." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So he looked down. This was what was so funny. So he looks down and sees that I have this machete, right? This is the actual one that he looked at. So I picked up this thing from Harbor Freight, right? It's like $5.99. Me being the economical genius that I think I am, going, yeah, I got a great deal on this thing, right? First thing in the morning, Titus sees this thing. He goes, "Eric, check this out," and just goes, bends this thing basically in half. And he's like, "These are garbage." I was like, okay, well, that's good to know. And so, and then he bent it back and everything. And so later on, went inside, had breakfast, and we read the Bible, had some prayer time, and I had the knife that you saw in the last video, on me, and so I put it up on the table, and I noticed Titus was kind of eyeballing it, and so he checks it out. He's like, "Oh man, this thing's really cool. It will fit right here on my satchel." And he tries it out, and he really likes it. And I was like, I think I might be giving this knife to Titus. And so I kind of made a joke. I said, "It looks like Titus is commandeering my knife that I just purchased." And I was like, "Hey, if you want it, it's yours." And so he's like, "Well, how about this? Let's do a trade." He's like, "I got some machetes, and you can pick out one of the machetes I have." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So we walk out to the barn, and I'm trying the different machetes that he has. And so I picked one out, and it's this one right here. And the cool thing about this one, it's double sided. And so, we sharpened the machetes out in the barn. Then we went out and just started slashing away at all the briars that we needed to kind of clear out. And so that was really cool bonding experience, hanging out with Titus and doing that. And then the next day he was leaving, and I said, "Hey Titus, can you personalize this for me? Because I didn't want someone to think that I'm taking Titus's personal machete, but also I wanted to have a memento. So how cool is that?" I was like, "Titus, can you personalize this for me?" And that's what he did. How cool is that? That's Titus's writing right there. So now I got myself this super cool good quality machete. So I'm really excited about that. And this has been coming in handy for working on the property up there where the church is being built. And so this week, I believe that there's a carpenter that's supposed to be up there helping to build some sort of shelter shed for us volunteers. So I hope that works out because I'm thinking each person will probably want their individual, spot, but I think they're trying to house it in one. I'm not sure, but I hope that gets situated properly. But anyway, and then also I think the next step is pouring the foundation for where the church is going to be laid out. All right, what a beautiful day here in Liberty, Kentucky. At Titus's right now. This is where the church will be built. Everything's been cleared out. You can see all the trees that were chopped down. Tons of firewood now. And look at that beautiful backdrop. Next step will be pouring down the concrete for the foundation.
This one's a little too big to ride down. Yeah. To bend it down. This one here is a box elder, which is a very weak tree. If you try to ride a box elder down, it can snap. That is a maple, hard maple. If I can get to that hard maple, I will. There we go.
I plan on going back up there this weekend, and if you guys get a chance, I highly recommend you take some time. Maybe it's on a weekend, if you can, if you live close enough, or fly in, whatever the case may be, to go visit his property. I'm telling you, there's this peace that comes over you when you're there. When you're sitting there, I just said to Titus, I'm like, is it always this peaceful? It's just really is, and it's a special place, and I'm glad to be helping out, and I want to continue to be helping out. I want to be consistently showing up and not just being a guy that shows up one time and never again. I want to just really be there for him and for the church, and do my part. I definitely believe the Lord has been calling me to do this. So really, really thankful for the opportunity, and I'm just so grateful that for Titus to open up his doors and let us in, and so cool, you know. So anyway, just have a couple knives here, and then I figured I'd show you while I'm filming. There's one right here, buck knife. This thing's pretty sweet. But you know, for survival skills, you really want to fix the knife. That's the best thing, because when you're cutting wood and you might not have like an axe or a hammer, you can take that wood and just take a rock and hammer it. These won't do as well. And then this is a nice switchblade knife that I got a number of years ago. This thing's super sharp, and yeah, this is more of like something you'd have on the street. You wouldn't really use this in the country or off grid, but it can come in handy for some things. But anyway, just wanted to check in and say hi to you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys are looking, if you're not already doing some type of homesteading work, or oh man, there's just so many beautiful things about being able to not have to work a full-time job and getting out of the rat race and just having that peace of mind and building on your own land, whether it's food, whatever your heart desires, to build upon your land. So anyway, I hope this video encourages you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Lord bless you. Eric Norris. Peace out. Till next time. What a beautiful day. Time to head home.